Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and today we continue with our coverage of the recovery efforts that have taken place post-Hurricane Ida. And we continue with, today we have several people on stage today who, I guess I'll start off with you, Lee. If y'all can each go down the line and introduce yourself and tell them who you're with.
Okay. My name is Lee Schaffer. I'm the volunteer coordinator over at Catholic Charities in Houma, and have been working with Catholic Charities since the Hurricane Ida hit this area.
Okay.
My name is Ian Odom. I'm the field team leader for the AmeriCorps NCCC team Delta 6.
All right, next down the line.
Awesome. I'm Sam Bergali. I'm the program manager for CORE, Community Organized Relief Effort, responding to Hurricane Ida.
All right, Miss Catherine.
I'm Catherine Abear. I'm a volunteer. I'm with the Catholic Charities in the Houma Diocese.
All right, well, thank you all each for joining us. Start off with Lee. How long have you been involved with Catholic Charities?
Well, I've been volunteering with the church for many years, but after Hurricane Ida, we were trying to figure out how we could help, and we have this program called Matthew 25 within the diocese, and I was volunteering from that perspective. And then within a couple of weeks or so, Catholic Charities was trying to figure out if they could respond in a little more aggressive way down in the areas that were impacted by Hurricane Ida, and they hired several of us to try to work those issues, and that's what we've been doing ever since.
Okay, and the issues that y'all have been trying to solve, I guess, is that actual, going into homes themselves and helping, those homeowners try to get back in those homes?
Well, at first it was how we were going to respond to the immediate disaster, and of course we had to deal with providing food and distribution of food. We provided tons and tons of food through volunteers and donations coming from around the country. And then we had to try to help with providing meals, and we provided over 175,000 meals during that period as well. But then after we finished with the initial response, we started looking at how we were going to try to begin to build the recovery. And one of the things we realized is that in a lot of these situations, you get mold and mildew in homes whenever the roofs have been blown off. And you have flooding that floods either from above or from below, and that causes additional problems with a lot of their appliances and furniture. So we started a program of just going in and cleaning out houses. It requires pulling sheetrock, pulling plywood, removing all of the appliances, and just getting the house to the point where they're ready for the rebuild. And that's what we've been doing for the past probably 4 or 5 months now.
So I guess that's what they say. Lucky I was fortunate enough to where I haven't, at my personal home, come across the term muck and gut. But yep. I think that's something which you explain it right there.
Exactly.
That's
I don't
what
really like the term muck and gut, but it seems so impersonal. But we're really helping a person clean and rebuild their lives. And we've done about 45 houses so far, a little bit over that now. And if you price that out, if you compare it to other prices in the area that people are being charged commercially, it's between $200,000 and $400,000 worth of services. So it's a significant contribution that we're helping people that really can't afford that type of money to rebuild and try to get their lives back in order.
Okay, and so the volunteers that you have, is it all just strictly volunteers from the Catholic Charities that are helping with the muck and gut?
We have a lot of volunteers from Catholic Charities that have come from Florida up around Wisconsin, all the way down to Michigan, into California, people that have come from all over the country to help. But the core stable of our volunteers are AmeriCorps and NCCC, and CORE, which is, as Sam described, he can talk a little bit more about that. But we've partnered with other people. Cajun Navy was a big partner of ours for the first couple of months whenever they were still here. And we try to use other people within the community that are nonprofits as well to help. And that's why Sam and Ian are here today.
And now the type of work it's ongoing, right? We're almost 6 months past the storm right now. But how long do you envision? This is something that you're going to have to continue to help out with?
Well, it's just a lot of people that are here in Homa or in Thibodaux, they've gone on with this. This is over for them, and they've really moved on with their lives. Their insurance is covering things, and they're moving on. A lot of the people that we're helping are further down the bayou, and they don't have insurance, and they're fighting with FEMA, and they're negotiating back and forth as to whether or not they're going to get paid more money. So they haven't been able to clean their homes out, and they're elderly people. Their families, in a lot of cases, have moved away from Louisiana or working in a capacity that they can't help. So they're still in that situation. They're stuck at August 29. So we're having to go in and try to help them get past that and get to the point where hopefully in the next phase we can help them rebuild in some capacity.
Now, is it for the homes that you've done so far? Is that primarily people that are based, or they've had to, I guess, move out of their homes, or are they staying on site, or are they in?
A little bit of both. Most of the people that we're dealing with are still in the homes, and they're living with that black mold and stuff that you just hate to see somebody have to deal with. And but there are some people that have gotten FEMA trailers, have gotten the TITA trailer, the TEDFO trailers, or state trailers, and they've moved them to different locations. Most of the people like to stay near their homes, of course, because they want to rebuild their homes, and it's easier to do that whenever they're right there in that location.
Start with you, Ian. You're one of the representing one of the corporations. Can you tell me who you're with and exactly what y'all are doing?
For sure. So I'm with AmeriCorps and CCC. We are a 10-month residential volunteer program for 18 to 26-year-olds, and we serve in small, tight-knit teams, and we travel throughout the United States helping with various organizations, whether it be nonprofits or government agencies and all that. Currently, we're with Catholic Charities, and it's been a great time.
All right. And so where's your home? Where are you based from?
So we're based out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. So my team is a part of the southern region. We have 4 regions total, a part of AmeriCorps and CCC. And there's also the Pacific region, which is in Sacramento, California. We have Southwest, which I do believe is in Boulder, Colorado. And then North Central, which is in, I don't remember what city, but it's in Iowa.
Okay. Can you tell me, I guess what your experience been like since you've been down, or how long have you been down for?
Yeah, so in Louisiana, we've been here for about a month, a little over, I think this is our 4th week now. Just our experience down here has been very fast-paced. Worked on quite a few homes, but just in general throughout our year, we've our very first project we went to North Carolina, worked out with Habitat for Humanity, helping build some homes. Then we went up to Connecticut and their Forest and Park Association. We built some trails for a couple weeks. And then in, our 3rd project, we went to New Jersey, and as we know about Ida's, she didn't just hit the south,
Sure.
She went all the way up to the northeast. And big part of New Jersey was they had a lot of flooding problems.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent some time there helping homeowners muck and gut their houses, like they said. Different type of disaster, with flooding and hurricane damage, but we spent some time there. And then we spent some time in DC helping out Salvation Army. This is about Christmas time, so we were helping their Angel Tree program. And then finally, back down here.
Okay. And let me go down again to Sam down there. Can you tell me who you're with and what your experience been like?
Yeah, I'm with CORE. It stands for Community Organized Relief Effort, and CORE has been working in New Orleans since COVID-19 pandemic began, giving out COVID tests as well as shifting into COVID vaccines. But then when Ida hit, the organization wanted to shift and help those affected by Hurricane Ida. CORE really is here to empower and support communities who are affected by crisis. So that's when we stepped in, and we initially helped with doing hot meal distribution as well as mobile resource distribution, giving out school bags and other vital resources, cleaning supplies, tarps to those in need. But then we shifted into doing muck and guts and really wanted to help the homeowner, as I consider it kind of that first true step into the recovery process, really getting them back into their home. And that's when we started that, and we kind of work with our community partners because they understand their communities the most. And Lee has done a lot of case management in the area and really knows the vulnerable people that we want to be reaching who kind of can fall through the gaps, and we really want to help them. And it's been going great so far. The community's been very welcoming, and really working with the homeowners has been really great.
Well, I can imagine that. And I guess I'm old enough now. I can say you two in the middle are fairly young guys out there. What what being, I guess at that young age, what has motivated you, I guess, to help out, in this area or help out with the organizations that you're with?
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, coming out of, I spent a year in college, just felt it wasn't right for me, and that's right when COVID hit, and I wasn't really sure what to do, but I knew that I didn't want to work a regular 9-to-5 job, and I knew for most of my life that one of the best things you can do is to serve others, and AmeriCorps it's the perfect spot if you truly want to just spend some time helping others. And it's been great to just step back from everything else and just place yourself in a position to where you can just assist the people who really need it.
And I imagine, going through the process, you meet a lot of different people, and I'm sure the people are very appreciative of what you guys have been doing for them. Is there any, I guess, events or people that stand out to you that have really made an impact on you?
Yeah, our first homeowners we helped were actually in Homa, in our first muck and gut, and the homeowners were just very welcoming, and they cooked us meals every day for lunch, and we spent time with them, eating lunch with them, and just kind of hearing their story and what they've been through. And for me, it was the best meal I've had in Louisiana, so I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, I guess the cooking is a little bit better down here, even without all the electricity and everything hooked up.
Even in the most difficult situations that people find themselves in, they will almost always offer you something, and it's a ham sandwich. It's just the best ham sandwich you've ever eaten. Jambalaya, it's the best jambalaya you've ever eaten, because they're giving it out of their need. I mean, it's something that they truly need, and they want you to have it because you're helping them.
Well, and it's wonderful to see the people that who have gone through such terrible event, and those that are trying to help out, help others, even though they're in need of them help themselves. Catherine, can you tell me a little bit about your experience? What happened to your home?
I lost my home, everything in it. But I didn't stop. I kept going. I was born in Homa, reared in Homa. I was educated here in Homa. This is my town. And I'm hoping to help the people here in Homa, to give them some hope and not give up.
Okay, and where are you currently staying right now?
Right now I live in an apartment.
Okay. But even though you lost all your possessions, you still, instead of looking to rebuild yourself, you've first looked at others first, right?
Yes, I was reared that way, to think of others first, then yourself.
Okay. And let's see, Lee, if I can talk to you a little bit. I know you've said that Miss Catherine is involved in many things. If you can expand on what kind of asset she's been to you.
Well, it was funny. One morning, we usually our volunteer groups come out Tuesday through Saturday from 8:30 until about 4:30, and we meet at Acock Street. And at that time, we were meeting at the Pastoral Center, but Miss Catherine showed up about a half an hour early for one of our groups. And my partner and I, David Lopez, really great guy who's been doing a lot of the work with me, he looked and he says, "Oh my goodness, I don't know that she can handle it. I don't know that she can make it." But all day long, Miss Catherine and about two younger volunteers, about 9 years old, they were sweeping floors and bringing water and pulling nails and pulling out screws and everything else, and just doing the work that everybody else was doing. And by the time the end of the day came around, everybody else was exhausted, and Miss Catherine and those younger kids, they just kept on going. Miss Catherine's been volunteering with Samaritan's Purse, and what else, Miss Catherine?
Also with the Mennonites.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So where do you find the energy? Where does it come from?
I really don't know.
There's no special secret out there that you can give everybody?
No, I have a strong belief in God. I grew up that way. And I suppose my heart goes out to children and to the ones that went through so much. You can see the sadness in their face. But at the end of the day, when the work is all done, they have a different look on their face. They're happy. There's a smile. And that's rewarding for me.
Sure, that must be something, makes it seem all worth it, all the effort that you put in. What can you say, I guess, to, this devastation is so widespread, that there's so many houses that need to be helped with. It's such a huge problem. If somebody says that they can't help out, this one person can't solve this, what would you say to them?
I'm one person, and you're one person, and everybody else is one person. And I think if we all pull together as a group, I think we can get Houma back to the way it was.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, getting it back, and I think or even making it a little better. I
Yes.
think that could help. Lee, what do you think on, how long do you think it'll take to get back?
To get fully recovered, I think 3 to 5 years. Hurricane Laura went through Lake Charles, and they're still in the pains of recovery as well. So I think it's going to take time. I think people, but every little thing that you do to help a neighbor makes them gain a little bit of hope. I drive out, and we have a little bit of plywood, and we offer a little plywood to somebody that needs some lumber, and all of a sudden they have more hope. They can put a new wall in their house, and that makes a big deal. If you have gift cards that you can provide to somebody, that can go to Lowe's and Home Depot and not have to take the food off their plate, that makes a big deal. That helps them. And those type of things, at the end of the day, like Ms. Catherine said, the smiles that you see from people that you're helping make a huge impact.
If people want more information about type of donations they can make or how they can help out, where should is there anybody where they can go with Catholic Charities? Or?
Yeah, if you the place that I would tell everybody to go to see some of these stories is the Facebook page for Catholic Charities. We're trying to put every story, if we possibly can, on the Facebook page, and part of that it tells you what we're doing, it doesn't give the name of the family, but it tells you if you want to help that particular family, these are the needs they have, and if you want to adopt that family, if you give us a call, we can put you in contact and make sure that you can help adopt that particular family and help them go from just cleaning the house to rebuilding their house. Of course, Catholic Charities would love to have more volunteers, so if you want to volunteer, as I said earlier, we go out every Tuesday through Saturday from 7:30 or 8:30 in the morning. We leave at Acock Street, 1220 Acock Street, and you can just give me a call at Catholic Charities, and I can give you all the information on that.
Well, thank y'all each for coming out, and thank y'all for what y'all doing for the community. I know it's greatly appreciated, and we certainly admire you. All right, stay tuned for more right here on HTV.